Finkelstein Metals began 75 years ago, 3 generations of achievement. Its origins at the beginning of the last century are in the German port of Stettin, where grandfather Yechiel Finkelstein was then employed. As a result of ever-increasing anti-Semitism and the beatings that son Yitzchak received at school, the family sought to escape from Germany. In light of Yechiel's experience working in the shipyards, the family received a special permit or certificate to immigrate to Palestine and a work permit for the Haifa port boatyard for Yechiel. In 1935, the Finkelstein family, Yechiel, Golda, and their 3 children immigrated to the Israeli port city of Haifa. The British began construction of the Haifa port in 1931 and announced its opening on October 31, 1933. The rapid growth of Haifa's population, which numbered some 100,000 inhabitants by 1936, was directly related to the construction of Haifa's new port. Upon his arrival in Israel in 1935, Yechiel began working in Haifa port. Sometime later, he left the harbor and began repairing sewing machines, going from house to house and from one sewing workshop to the next. At this time, his son Yitzchak Finkelstein was studying at the Bosmat Technological High School, founded in 1928 by the Technion University in Haifa. Due to widespread economic hardship at the time, Yitzchak was forced to leave his studies and began working to help support the family. The family was then living in an apartment at 91 Herzl Street, and the workshop was located in the basement storeroom. In the mid-1930s, the British decided to build the Haifa oil refineries. This resulted in the industrial development of the Haifa port area and to the establishment of the first industrial zone in the north of the country. Pioneering enterprises were established in a variety of industries, including paints, footwear, casting and metalworking, as well as others. In the early 1940s, the workshop moved from 91 Herzl Street to Histadrut Boulevard near the Vulcan Junction. It was here that Yechiel and Yitzchak began machining metal, fixing and building industrial machinery. In the 1940s, around 15 workers performed all of the necessary tasks at the shop, including machining, hardening, casting, forging, and more. In the pictures, we see Yechiel and Yitzchak standing by the first lathes and melting furnaces in the workshop. After the establishment of the State of Israel, the workshop invented and produced sprinkler heads designed to spray water over great distances. In 1973, Yitzchak Finkelstein passed away at the age of 55. Following Yitzchak's death, his father Yechiel continued working in the shop along with his grandson Oded. Younger brother Eitan, at the time a teenager, would come to help out. In 1976, Oded initiated centrifugal bronze casting in the shop. That same year, Yechiel retired from the workshop at age 82. At the time of his death at age 95, Yechiel and Golda had been married 75 years. In 1980, the company merged with Joseph Hock, an industrialist who cast bronze and aluminum. This was the company's initiation to continuous casting. In 1986, the company was fabricating by means of centrifugal, continuous and sand casting, and producing ingots in quantities of approximately 10 tons per month. Upon completion of his studies in 1988, Eitan Finkelstein joined his brother Oded as an active partner. That same year, the company acquired Tadir Metals of Jerusalem and began working with advanced equipment such as induction furnaces and materials testing laboratories. In 1989, the company celebrated its first export. Thus, elements of the company's production are being used today in the shipyards of Germany, where the family's industrial history began. Finkelstein maintains contact with these companies to this day. By 1996, production was roughly 200 tons per month. Over the years, export activity has grown significantly and expanded to include additional destinations in the US, all over Europe, Asia, Australia, and more. In early 1997, the company acquired Hock Brass Industries and merged with Aluma from Cholon, owned by Oded Mike. Aluma was founded by Oded Mike's father, Elchanan Mike, who was producing brass chandeliers. Thanks to the know-how and new equipment, the company, now called Ma'of Non-Ferrous Metals, began producing extruded brass rods and does so to this day. Ma'olf is a subsidiary of Finkelstein Metals. In 2007, the company partnered with Roni Elroi's Kaman Company. Today, Finkelstein Metals produces raw materials for a wide range of industries including aviation, shipping, the military, automotive, water, locks, energy, machining, and more. Current production is about 7,000 tons per year, with a significant portion of that being exported to 20 countries around the world. Finkelstein Metals' most important asset is its 70 employees, which it sees as integral to the company's success. The company believes that its customers and suppliers are full partners in its achievements and successes over the years, and with their help, looks forward to further growth and development in the future. We'll see you at the 100th anniversary celebration in our new headquarters.